So I forgot to mention something. After looking at this nice, straight, super duper straight surface, it's got bumpy now because I've sprayed the WD-40 on it. After looking at this, I don't think I would have got it better with sandpaper and you know, a very straight tile or glass or whatever people use. Thing is, that works. In an apocalyptic scenario, if I have to do a head, I'll do that. But this machining costed me, including the cleaning, the pressure testing, and the machining, 300 zlotys. So that's what, 60-ish pounds. That is not bad for 60 pounds. I'd rather have it done by a professional using a pro mill, and this way this engine is going to last another 360,000 miles by the looks of it. Okay, so I was saying if I go through any difficulties, I'm gonna record them. Here's the first one. L-ring original OEM head gasket kit that comes with valve stem seals. There are two colors. One is green, one is black. No one fucking knows which one goes where. Either way, I'm going to oil the fuck out of this and the valve and the seal and everything before attempting to put them on. So green ones, intake, black ones, exhaust. This is from two sources. I've asked them if they're hallucinating. Nope. Answer based on general automotive knowledge and all L-rings typical color coding. Green FPM, Viton for intake, and black ACM for exhaust. Now it would be a shame if all this work would be fucked up because of this. I'm gonna but two AIs think this is cool, so I'll go for greens for the intake, blacks for the exhaust. Here's both the valve seals. One is labeled 12888, L-ring 127, and then the other one is not labeled. However, if you turn it around, it says 254 there. Okay, so because I want this engine to be bulletproof when I'm done with it, so I actually found on Autodoc they sell the separate side. So they sell a whole set. It doesn't say there, but on the separate side it says black FPM fluoride rubber exhaust side. So if I go back, okay, and if I go to the green ones, okay, green FPM fluoride rubber intake side. Fuck yeah, okay, let's do this. Now another interesting thing, and I think you're supposed to put the valve in first and then the seal. They give you this plastic thingy, probably not to damage the seal when you insert the valve. So I'll do just that, since they've been kind enough to provide me with this stuff. So I'm just gonna start with the exhaust valves. Back, front, cylinder 1, valve 1. Oil the hell out of this, so we got no issues. Oil it inside. Doesn't matter if it pours on the other side, that's fine. So exhaust valve number 1. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, give it a nice wipe with a clean rag. So there's no contaminants, there's nothing on the stem seal, on anything. Okay. Oil the hell out of this. that. And on the head. And just push the valve in. So this is valve number 1, front chain side 1. Going in nice. There it is. It's going in. I've labeled it exhaust black, intake green. So I'm taking one of these green ones, but first this goes in here. Oil this as well. This is fresh motor oil, fresh from the bottle. And the syringe was a brand new one, so there's no contaminants. There's nothing. Double check intake green. We're doing exhaust black. I wrote it so I don't mess them up because I know myself. Okay, put some oil in this as well, like so. I was about to mess them up. So intake green, but I'm doing the exhaust side. Cylinder number 1, chain cylinder number 1, valve number 1. Okay, plastic thingy, exhaust black, yeah. Let's put it over. That's in there. Okay. Now I'm not sure how much you're supposed to push them. Okay, let me watch a clip, see how other people done this. Okay, so as for pushing them on, I've seen guys use a 10mm socket. I've got a deep groove one, deeper one. So if I look at it now, it pushes exactly on the metallic part, which is great. And he used a hammer to tap it in. Let's try. So this is here. I put it on top and give it some. That changed the sound of it. That sounds solid. So I think that valve is on. So it's past the second ridge. Let's see if I put one in here. Yeah, if it goes past the second ridge, I think it's cool. I think it's in there. Just got rubber all the way. So yeah, that's in there. Now I can put the spring in. Oh fuck! What's missing from this picture? The seat. Fuck's sake, man. What a fucking dumbass. Yeah, make sure you put these on first. Okay, so welcome to Don't Be a Dumbass series with me, Chip, the fucking engine builder. Don't do what I do. That's why I film these clips, so people don't do the same dumbass mistakes that I make. Fuck's sake, now I gotta take that out. Probably mess it up in the process. Yeah, okay, calm down, breathe. I'll have to take that off. It is what it is. I'm gonna try and do it as gentle as I can, so I don't fuck something up, so I don't mess it up. So hopefully it goes back in. I've oiled it, so I don't know, maybe it's just, maybe I'm gonna be lucky. Okay, please come on, please come on, please come on. Please come on, come on. Yes! He did mess it up a little bit in the process, but hopefully it's gonna go back in. Alright, now oil everything up, put these in. First I'm gonna measure them to see if there's some that are thicker, some that are thinner. 11.14. 11.9. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 slightly bigger ones. Now let's see which is actually the slightly. 11.8 seems to be the intakes. 11.11. So the exhaust ones seem to be the thicker ones, slightly thicker ones. So then these are the exhaust ones. Now if valve number 1, the valve stem falls, I know who's to fucking blame for that. But hey, we live, we learn, right? I promised you an interesting clip with all the cursing and stuff. Don't watch it with the kids. It is in great stuff. Now I can put the spring in. I did number these, so I got intake and exhaust. So I'm doing the exhaust number 1. There's the spring. There is the spring. This is the top thingy. Okay. Put the spring in. Like so. Then get the spring compressor. Compress it in with the 23 thing. 23 mil thing. Right here. Just put the tool in. Don't touch the freshly machined surface. Make sure if you can put the thingy right in the corner, right in the center. Grab the spring with the tool. This is in the center, not touching any of the machine surface. Okay, compress the spring. And add the stoppers. Don't touch anything here. This is the stoppers. Now I do have this. It's a plastic pens, plastic thingy. Just put one in here. One is in. Now I gotta put the other one in. Okay. And now release slowly the spring. Slowly. Check, double check, triple check. Okay. This seems to be, I've seen a guy on YouTube knocking it a little bit with a hammer until it went from ting 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 to solid. And when it went solid, it means it was in. Let's try the same test. I'll keep my hand here just in case shit flies. Sure, it sounds like it is. I think that's it. I'll do this for the rest of them. So there it is. All the exhaust valves on. All the spring seats are on. All the valve stem seals are on. There it is. Now I'm going to flip it over and do the intake valves. Now remember about these. Don't be like me. Don't be a dumbass. So put these spring beds in first, yeah? Alright, okay, cool. Another thing to note, if you took these out, these springs out, and you didn't separate them by intake and exhaust, just so you know, the intake springs are shorter, the exhaust springs are longer. Just so you know. Here's an example this is from my old head. So this is the exhaust, this is the intake. Look, it's shorter. The intake one is shorter. Just to do a comparison, just take an intake spring from here, leave this top. So there's the intake springs. Now these are slightly longer because the head probably was newer. That's the intake. The short one is the intake, yeah? So there's all the spring bases on. There it is, all the valves inserted, seated. Now the camshaft. So what I'll do with the camshaft is oil the fuck out of these journals and then insert the camshaft. Okay, one thing that I got right last time, my observation that there's a 26mm spanner fits in here. That's the official Honda way of holding this, so you can tighten this or untighten that and that. So I won't be doing the pin thing in the Heinz manual that made me do a dip here. So I said I'm gonna give you all the data that's interesting or that I can't find or whatever. For some reason the Heinz manual does not list the camshaft sprocket tightening value, but if you go on Scribd, there's this manual for Honda 2011 Honda Civic LX, and it lists here 56 Newton meters. So this is 56 Newton meters. This one is 34. That one there. Watch this. Nice. So I've seen a test that people seem to do to test the valves. So you put water in them. If it's all the holds the water, that's a good sign straight away. And then you blast air in the intake and the exhaust ports. So if air goes past the valves, you need to mark that valve and relap it. Let's see. Wish me luck. Nothing here. 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 Fuck yeah, man, nothing. The water test being successful, it means I can carry on assembling. So it means I can put the rockers on and then get this head ready to be fitted on the engine. Okay, here I am back now with another thing that I forgot to do before putting this on. I might have to take this off again, which would be a bitch. But there's this thing here. This thing has a thread. The thread is sized 2.8, so I'm guessing M3 thread. So if you thread a little bolt in there, as far as it goes, and then pull it, it pulls out. So let me get a plier or something. And I know I've seen it in one of the manuals in the Heinz or or in the online service manual, and I know they were saying to pull it out and change the O-ring on it. So I'm not sure what this is, but you're supposed to replace the O-ring of this also. Lucky for me, there's no shavings in there. Let's put a flashlight. This is one of the things that I did not see anybody do on YouTube. There's a flashlight in there. It seems to be very clean, and it doesn't seem to communicate with any other holes, which is interesting. Doesn't seem to come out here. I can put an inspection camera in there and see what's what. So there's the inspection camera. Let's see. Where's the hole? Seems like there's some orifice there. Oh, deeper. There's definitely an orifice there. Yeah, so there we go. Now we know. There's two orifices. One goes up, one goes that way. Okay, so note to self, this orifice here ends up here. So if I floor the air, it comes out through this hole. Great, now we know. O-ring this size in that gasket set. So what I'm gonna do is just blast this with air. It's easier to blast it with air when you're holding from the screw. Judging by how hard it was for me to remove it, this O-ring should be alright. And this head didn't overheat, so it should be cool. I'm just gonna put some oil in it when I start the car. I'm glad I did this, because now I know. So we're done there now, good. Now let's continue with the assembling. I'm gonna put the rocker arms and call it a day because it's like 10 p.m. now. Okay, another day, we're back. Day, God knows how many. So inlet manifold tuning valve, this is it. Check this out. So apparently this is like a variable length thing, and there's some flaps in there actuated by this motor to change that variable length of the intake. So you remove these bolts, then that actuates this mechanism, and then you get to these three bolts and that comes out. There's an O-ring of some sorts, and then this flap assembly. This is so cool, man. 5mm Allen bolt. Okay, it was pretty tight. Oh, okay. This just comes out like that. I won't spin this. This is like that oriented. That's how it is. Somewhere here. This is almost here. So that's the line. Let me put it the other way around also. Here, this O-ring here. It's a round one, a round small one. Maybe like 1.5, 2 mil thick. I like this screwdriver mode. Same length as the other one. Okay, so now this should just come out, I think. And it does. You gotta pry it out a little bit. Probably that gasket is a bit stuck. There we go, it's coming. Let me see the manual. I don't want to pull too hard. Remove the bolts, take off the cover, and then that's got an O-ring. That's why it's so stiff. You can pull a little bit. Oh, there we go. There's that thing. It's got a little bit of oil inside. Yo. And now it says pull the assembly. Ah, wait, that's the two screws. Yes, okay. There's this one sitting here. And now I'll remove these 10 mils. So that's the first 10 from here. This is the second, they're the same size. And now what, you pull it down or what? Yeah, seems to come down. It's coming down. There's an O-ring here. Man, there's O-rings all over the place. Look at this, man. This is so sick. It's like a 4-way throttle. There's another O-ring here. I'll see if I can find like a set. Yeah, this one is pretty toast. Yeah, they were pretty in there. I applied the same technique. Yeah, this is way more flexible. This is reusable. These ones got cooked from the overheating. This 8mm. I took it out. 8mm. And is. It's got a really stubborn O-ring that doesn't want to go off. Yeah, so remember that cable that I couldn't pull in the first episodes? That's it. It's right here on the crankcase down. And when the head is here, there's no way. You kind of have to go from underneath there, but then the block this thing is on. It's crazy. It's crazy. Interesting to observe on this water separator thing. There was this like deposit, this kind of chalky looking thing. So I'm gonna clean that also. So this was here, something like that, I think. Yeah. Giving this a little clean. WD-40 again, king of the cleaners, man. So cleaning this, very nice. The intake is drying outside. It's been pressure washed. It's nice. Look how clean it is. It's crazy. Yeah, so this is gonna have a brand new makeover. There it is. It's on. The screws are on, the bolts are on. I measured all of them, 10.8, 10.9 thickness, so it's happy days to reuse them. Now I'm gonna torque them initially to 40 Newton meters, and then tomorrow I need to get one of these angle torques or figure something out. Crankshaft pulley. Cylinder head valve, stage 139 it says here. L-ring says 40, so I'll do a 40, what L-ring says. Okay, so I've initially torqued it for 40 Newton meters, and then you gotta do two 90s. And I don't have one of these angle torquing tools, so I'm just gonna make one. I have this CCTV thing that I've cut. Yeah, so I'm gonna mark this here 90 degrees. I made it so the socket goes in like that, like that. I have this punch set, the biggest one kind of fits my wrench. Just gonna do one line, one line. Let's see if I line this up, is it gonna line up with another one? Kind of does, yeah. There we go. This is cool. This is pretty cool. So this is fixed to this, and this is loose. So I can just hold this like that, and or like this. Yeah, and then tighten it from here to there. Okay, 90 degrees. There's 90 degrees. There's 190. Saying that the screws shouldn't creak. Oh fuck. It says here, starts creaking during tightening. Honda's just loosening it completely and start tightening it again. So 10. Yes, the only one creaking is number 4. Okay, 190, wish me luck. Jesus. Okay, that's done. Boom, and this completes the cylinder head torquing process. This is a beautiful sight to see, isn't it? L-ring here. Oh. So the chain is on. I've rotated the engine. I kept count of how many revolutions it takes. Well, sort of. For the colored link to be on the dot here. So from here 0. Every 3 rotations of the cam, the colored link advances one chain length, whatever, one position, and then 2 positions after every 3 it advances 1 position. So then I guess you could do the math how many revolutions you need to get it back to normal. So there's the intake manifold assembled. All the gaskets that meet the head are replaced. The other ones are reused, ready to go in.